a CNN News 18 exclusive. According to CBI sources, them telling CNN News 18 that Bihar may join the list of opposition states to have withdrawn general consent to the CBI. Sources say Nitish has said that this is the right time to withdraw general consent. Section 6 of the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act 1946 says the CBI needs consent from the respective state government for conducting investigations in their jurisdictions. Now remember, this comes just after CBI raids against Lalu Yadav's aides in the land for job scam. And my colleague Arunima, who is joining us here in the studios, is in fact getting us that exclusive. Arunima, over to you first. Before you take us through the modus operandi of how this actually worked and how this played out, that comment of Nitish Kumar is very interesting. So does it mean the reaction is extremely political?
Yes, he's changed hands from being an alliance part of the Bharatiya Janata Party. He has now moved towards the RJD, and that is getting reflected in that comment. At least politically, that is how it is being read. Exactly what did Nitish Kumar said? He said this is the correct time for Bihar to consider whether it wants to continue to give the general consent to CBI. Now, like Ridhima explained, general consent is important if CBI wants to investigate a case unless the judiciary hands over that case to CBI. So, in case of Bengal, for example, even though general consent has been withdrawn, even in Chhattisgarh and other opposition rule states, if the High Court or the Supreme Court hands over that case, then the CBI can probe. Otherwise, it cannot. So, is Bihar going to join that list? That is the big question that we are looking at. Now, what is it that we know so far? Why are we saying that could this be the rise of the third? We're just going to break down for you how the land for jobs scam is progressing, if that is the trigger, because in this case, CBI investigation now seems to suggest that this could be worth 100 crore rupees. That's the first thing that the investigators are telling us. Over 1,000 complaints, those who have received jobs fraudulently, over 1,000 complaints have already reached CBI. They're probing if all of these are cases of land for jobs, whether they got these jobs fraudulently. Now, what is the modus operandi? Why is it that we're saying that this is a scam worth 100 crore, or that's what CBI is saying? Proof of aspirants selling or gifting their lands to Yadavs. Now, the Yadav family, the first family of RJD, some of them have been named in the FIR. CBI's investigation seems to suggest that in lieu of land, in lieu of money, these people were given jobs, and there are land deals either gifted or sold directly to the Yadav family. And how was this being done? Very professionally is what CBI investigators tell us. Specialized cell was set up at Lalu Yadav's residence when he was the railway minister. This specialized cell was manned by professionals. If you paid money or if you gifted away your land or sold it, then the cell would take up your case and run it like a turnkey project. What does that mean? It means that if you are a job aspirant who does not have the required educational degree, then these specialized members of the cell would help you procure a fake degree. There are some schools who have said they didn't even know that their name was being used. Others who were part of this conspiracy, from getting you all the documents to even training. If you're not a good communicator, if you're unable to, if an interview is required and if you're unable to communicate, even that kind of help was being provided. That's what CBI investigators have found, that was the kind of help that was being provided to the job aspirants. So there's enough that investigators have already found. They've named some of the Yadav family members in this FIR, and now they say there is direct evidence to suggest a linkage between those who got the job and those who benefited. Ridhima?
So there, as Arunima was pointing out, the crucial information is what sources are telling us that the scam could be of 100 crores and the modus operandi as well. What CBI sources are also now telling us as far as the general consent withdrawal is concerned, that in fact will have no effect as far as the land for job scam investigation is concerned, and this is because the case is registered in the national capital. So any decision taken now won't really have a retrospective effect. So does the Bihar government not want corrupt central government employees to be probed? That really is the big question, because the CBI's mandate is to probe central government employees or cases given to it by the higher courts or the Supreme Court. Arunima continues to be with us. Arunima, that really is the larger question. So if the withdrawal does happen, does it have any impact on the investigation, considering the fact it's already begun?
See, what the Central Bureau of Investigation officials are saying at this stage is their investigation in land for job case will not be affected for two reasons. What is the first reason? The first reason is that this FIR has been lodged in New Delhi. It's the New Delhi branch which is probing. So whatever Bihar government does will not affect their jurisdiction. Second, this probe is already underway. This FIR was registered on the 18th of May. Before that, there was a proper preliminary inquiry that was conducted. They've carried out 3 rounds of searches. So the probe is well underway. They have enough evidence already to file a charge sheet. And even if the Bihar government tries to come up with this decision, it will not affect any case retrospectively, which means this case will not be affected. And the last point, which you already elaborated on, Ridhima, is the fact that, you know, the CBI's mandate is to probe central government employees. If the Bihar government withdraws this consent, are they then trying to say that they're trying to shield those who are corrupt and who are working with the central government? That's the question CBI is asking. So that is where matters stand at the moment. CBI is not perturbed at all by this reaction that is coming in from Nitish Kumar.